Hi everyone, Helena here, and today I'm very excited to be joined by a Scratch Stars award-winning nail professional, Danny Manchip of Beau's Beauty Box in Exeter, who has just, well, not just launched, but has undertaken a bit of an exciting project. Pardon the pun, which will become clear in a minute, but please reveal all, Danny.
So I am doing what I believe to be the first in our industry's naked calendar for charity.
Amazing. I mean, drop mic. Who expected that? Love it.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it to raise money for the charity Mind, which is mental health for those who don't know. So yeah, I just thought, why not? I like to go outside the box. I like to do things big as I can. But if I'm going to do it, go big or go home, you know?
Absolutely. So it's going to be a Naked Nailist calendar. Is that correct?
Yes, so yeah, it's all nail techs. I did reach out to other people, I think, including yourself at one stage. I don't know if you've seen the message.
I saw
But
it a little bit late actually, and I thought, you know what, I will support with plenty of promotion and championing this
yeah,
calendar. I don't know
I
if I'm
literally
quite ready
asked
to bear
anyone and
all.
everyone. So yeah, it is nail techs, but I wouldn't be opposed to people like brand owners and that sort of stuff. So people basically in the industry, but predominantly nail technicians. Yeah.
Thing. And so where did this idea come from to do a naked nail tech calendar?
So it's a bit rogue. So last Christmas, so I've got a client whose husband is a fireman, and as like a joke present, he did a naked calendar with just him in his fireman's hat covering his modesty. And he did it around one of his family members' house. I can't remember who it was, but he basically broke in, turned their surveillance off, and went around the house with his wife, and they took pictures. And I got one. She gave me one of these calendars, and I was just like, "Well, who doesn't want one of those?" So yeah, so that happened, and obviously I had it, and I kept thinking about it, not in that way, but I kept thinking about the funness of it all. And I thought, oh, how could I do something like that for charity? And then I thought, oh, what about a nail tech version? Because I did say to her at first, I was like, why doesn't he do that for the fireman's charity? Because I mean, who's not buying that? Do you know what I mean? But apparently he was up for it and some people weren't and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, um, yeah, so I just thought, well, why not? Like, but I can't be the only one who's going to be willing to want to do this. There's bound to be other people out there. There's a lot of us out there, as we all know. So it kind of went from there, really, and just grew.
I love it. And this is what I admire so much because it is a big thing, stripping off and doing it for charity just makes it all the more special. But you have
Yeah,
found your 11 other people as well, in
yeah,
addition to yourself,
yeah,
to do a month each of the calendar. So
yeah.
what was the general response kind of like when you were reaching out to people?
So I had my initial list of people, and it wasn't anything to do with like favoritism, but obviously, as you can understand, the more you talk to people and like know people, you're gonna ask them first. So I did that, and some of the responses were just like, no, not for me. Good luck, but can't do it, which is fine. Obviously, it's a big ask. And then some left me on red, so I just did not respond at all. And then some of those like left me on red though. I actually re-messaged them because I knew them well enough to say like, this isn't spam, by the way. This is actually me. Like, because
Yeah.
it wasn't really rogue message out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure with those particular people that they knew they weren't getting scammed. And then and then I think there was like two or three people were instantly like, yep, sign me up. So like really quick.
Thing. And what incredible people to put themselves sort of
Oh,
in that
absolutely.
spotlight. It's wonderful. And so you've got a month per nail tech or contributor, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what has happened with the brief? What did you have in mind for each month, and how has that worked, kind of communicating it with each of the people involved?
So, because I kind of feel like it was a bit of a bumbling start to everything, because I initially wanted to research for next year to do it for 2027. So, if I'm honest, I've learned a lot,
Mhm.
and it's as much as it looks professional. So, I've actually got what like a mock-up calendar they sent me. So, as long as while it looks professional, there's definitely things I would tweak going forward. So basically, everyone did their own pictures. It was just the time and the logistics and the cost to try and get like a photo day together, which was just not really that possible. So everyone did their own pictures, which kind of helped, I think, with being able to do it because they didn't have a whole room full of people taking pictures. Um, and everyone kind of had their own thoughts. So I I didn't offer months out until people were confirmed because just in case people bribed me with I only can do it if I can do this month, which two people did.
Right.
So everyone then got their months, and then everyone in because we've got a group chat on Instagram, everyone then was started flinging ideas of what they wanted to do. So there's some really obvious kind of, I suppose, props for certain months, and then some are just literally in their nail space doing their thing. So yeah, it's a bit of a mix, but everyone looks great and fantastic, and everything's consistent in terms of like picture quality, like their poses, like everything just goes well together.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about this turnout.
Oh, good. And we're not giving too much away on this because obviously we want people to buy the calendar in Aid of
Yes.
Mind. So we're going to keep
Yeah.
things a little bit secret and a little bit
Yeah.
loose, because you have to buy the calendar to see those finished
Yeah.
pictures.
Absolutely.
And you have revealed who's involved. That's all
Yes.
over on the Naked Nailists Instagram page as well.
It
And
is. Yes.
batch. So, yes, there's some lovely people involved in that as well. But was there a bit of a nail component to it when you're on the WhatsApp chatting and planning each month? Were people planning sort of nail looks that they were going to do with it as well as part of their overall finished look?
So in a weird way, that's where I dropped the ball. So considering we're nail techs and it's the nail industry, it didn't even go through my mind, and I'm kicking myself now. But I think I was just so happy that people had said yes to it. I just really wanted them to feel comfortable. My biggest thing was do whatever you feel comfortable, on show whatever you want to, because obviously modesty is covered. So it's not like smutty or anything like that. So I think I was so concerned with the people being comfortable, I dropped the ball on you should have fabulous nails. Now, some people did have their nails done, and without giving too much away as well. And some people kind of, where they've used certain things, you may not be able to see them because to create that picture as well, it's kind of hard to have a nail look you can see
Yeah.
because obviously to try and get a person in a picture and covered up with certain things, it wasn't really the focus. So looking at the pictures, I did feel a bit better thinking, okay, well it wouldn't have really been a selling point anyway. But again, going through next year, if it does well, I'll do it again. Not me personally, but another 12. And then that would be something I can then focus on a little bit more.
Absolutely. But I think it's very representative of nail techs anyway, because I think nail professionals are always the last to do their own nails, aren't they? So it's
Yeah.
it's very real, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, and talking of real, that's what I wanted with the people in the calendar. Apart from the people I asked first who I knew, because that's just common sense, I didn't care what age you were, what gender you were, race, anything. I didn't care. I just wanted to ask people.
Yeah.
And the people that said yeah are just normal people. I didn't look for the models of the nail tech world. I didn't want any of that crap. I just wanted people. If they have, right, I'm lucky because they're all beautiful women, and James, a beautiful guy. I'm just lucky that everyone generally is beautiful in their own way anyway. So I don't really need to pinpoint, the model Instagram worthy people, you know?
Absolutely. And I think, in the industry that we work within anyway, it's all about making people feel good. And,
Yeah,
yes, the aesthetics is a part of it when it comes down to the nail world, but you want people to feel good and you want that to be presented through these final images. And
absolutely.
it's just such a lovely thing to put together. And why did you choose to create this for Mind in aid of Mind?
So I think we all are aware of how important mental health is, especially these days. And to be honest, and I'm always really honest with everything I do. Steve always tells me I'm too honest, but I think it's the best way I can express myself, and I'm very black and white. So for me, mental health, I dealt with it in a way of humor, and that's generally how my family is. Anything that's sad, anything that is affecting you mentally, I just laugh and joke my way through it, and then kind of just try and get over it that way. But not everyone can. Not everyone can laugh it off. And to be fair, sometimes laughing it off and joking your way through it can be really damaging
It's a
because you're
mask.
not looking. Yeah, it's a complete mask, and then you're not dealing with the issue. And I've learned that a lot. From an early age, I've gone through loss, and as much as I'm unfortunately accustomed to that feeling now, it's kind of made me quite cold because I was 8 when I last lost my first nan, And it just makes you, the more and more you lose, the colder you get with it. And especially with how I am as a person. So I deal with it, like I said, humor and just like kind of lock myself away. But not, like I said, not everyone does. And I just think we need to get that conversation not going because it is already going, but we need to make sure that people are talking about it and doing it side with this calendar. The reason why I wanted to do the naked calendar is because everyone can do like a cute, funny, fluffy one, but it's drawing that eye and then it's making that conversation happen. So people are being brave and then people can see that and go, oh my God, like that's the initial fact. And then it's like, oh, it's for mind. And then hopefully conversations and things start from there.
Definitely, and it's very raw, isn't it? It's kind of expose yourself. It's really symbolic, actually. It's
Yeah.
putting yourself out there, and I've looked on your Instagram page for the Naked Nailists, and you've done lovely profiles of each of the people that are involved, and they've shared some of their reasons why they wanted to support with this calendar and what mind means to them and what
Yeah.
mental health means to them as well. So it's really poignant, and I think what you were just saying there, like everyone deals with things in their own ways and very
Yeah.
differently. And the more we talk about mental health, the more support is needed for mental health because
Absolutely.
everyone is becoming a little bit more open about the challenges that they face. But it's mental health in terms of there are so many different challenges when it comes to mental health, and everyone's going through something different. And yeah, like the more people that talk about it, the more support you need. And thankful for charities like Mind that do
Yeah.
support people.
Absolutely. And I think another thing I forgot to say is obviously, including myself, a lot of no tax work alone. So, like, I'm currently sat in my little home studio now. And while I love my space and I love my home, and, I'm lucky enough to, I've got my dog here as well. So, I've got that kind of little bit of company, but I'm on my own in between clients. So, not only do, and as you know, we all take on the stresses of the clients and their energy, whatever they give us that appointment or that day. And then you're on your own.
Yeah,
You've got no kind of colleague that really truly understands your position that's face to face because it's all well and yes, you've got people online and things like that, but then you know what it's like, they're busy, they're delaying messaging and that's so you can't have that continuous conversation to kind of like let it off.
yeah,
And as much as Steve is great and is listening to me, like we often kind of joke around and he's like, oh, tell me a nail joke because I'll tell him something and I find it hilarious. And he's like, that's not funny. I'm like, well, if you're a nail tech, could find it funny. So he does understand, but he doesn't truly understand because again, he's not in that industry.
yeah. And almost like he shouldn't have to because you're in a different kind of partnership. You're not in a working
Absolutely.
partnership, and it's
Yeah, absolutely.
so you do take a lot of that on yourself. And I think that's one of the main things that we're part of a beauty therapist community, and the key
Yeah.
word there is therapist. And
Yeah, yeah.
excuse me, people you do like if you're seeing six clients a day, that's six people spilling their stories with you, and you're taking on their strains and their worries and their concerns more often than not, and
Yeah.
that can take a toll without people being very conscious of that taking a toll.
Absolutely. And I don't want any client to listen to any of these conversations that they hear from other no techs, including their own, and think, oh, best not say anything, because that's not what we're saying. We're in this job for two reasons. One, we're creative people, and that's what we love. And two, we're people.
Yeah,
So we, as much as that can weigh us down, it's because we're only human. We don't want you to stop talking to us. We want you to be able to come in and this is your appointment and this is about what you want to discuss. And I'll make sure that people know that. And one of the main feedbacks I get from new clients is I felt like I've known you for years. And I'm like, well, that's what I want
yeah,
because I want you to come in and feel relaxed. I've done so many years in retail and spoke to so many different people at different levels, whether it's customer or management or higher up. Talking to people just doesn't bother me anymore. So that scaredness of like talking to all different types of people just doesn't faze me. So talk to me about anything. And I like to think that conversation just in general, whether it's political or whether it's, something really like niche,
mm,
conversations need to happen. And I'm open to learning about anything. I might disagree with you, but I could disagree with you respectfully and we can have that conversation and we can move on, you know?
yeah, absolutely. And I did see that the Mind charity had commented on one of your posts. Like,
Yeah.
have you had much comms with them or comments with them at all? What do they think?
So I've messaged them a few times since starting it just for like I don't want to give too much away, but only it's not for the wider audience, but for the people involved. But so I've spoken to them in that sort of sense. So I did email them firstly to talk about logo usage, like using their logo on the calendar and stuff, because obviously I don't want to just assume I can snatch their logo and stick it onto my calendar. And they were very grateful because obviously they said the same. They were like, I'm glad you asked because you do need permission. So they sent me down the route of, have you ever heard, is it Work for Good?
Oh, no.
So it's all this will be posted as well, hopefully this week. So basically, they are a company that work with very big charities across the world, and basically, because I'm raising money through sales of a product, I have to do the legality side of things. So it means basically putting together a statement, explaining like approximately what the profits are going to be going, where they're going to be going to, and how much generally. So they basically said, great idea, like a few like explaining of how things were going to work. And then they were like, you need to go to these people. And it's almost like setting up like this kind of profile with them. And when you collect your donations and you're ready to donate, you pay it through this company and then it goes to mine. So yeah, that was kind of new because I just thought, oh, can I use your logo? Again, didn't have any idea. And they were like, yeah, you can, but you need to do this. And I was like, okay.
But yeah, it's things like that that when you start a new project like this, you just like I wouldn't have even considered that because you don't. It's such a new thing, isn't it? That
Yeah,
it's yeah, it's stepping into a new arena and having to think of so many of these. It adds on time, and I think people
yeah.
should really appreciate the time, the energy, and the effort that you've put into this project and how hard
Yeah.
you've worked on bringing it to the fore. And it's coming to that point where it's almost time to go on sale, isn't it?
I know, yeah. So I decided to go down the pre-order route. So that is live from October 1st.
Okay.
I've got everything set up, ready and waiting. And the reason why is because I didn't want to, well, one, it's a lot of money to pay out for calendars to then hopefully sell them all.
Yeah.
And two, I'm big on sustainability and waste and things like that. So I didn't want any of that kind of like lying around. And also, I didn't want the people involved to be disheartened by having, oh, I've still got 100 calendars and we can't sell them. Do you know what I mean? Because as much as, yes, we might say we sell just a small amount, at least we've sold them.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but this week I should get, I'm hoping by the end of the week, a first batch of 150 calendars because between us all, we want to sell just a few ourselves, like physically. And that was mainly helped by, I don't know if you've seen it on the page, but Anonymous Donor.
Yes, that was wonderful.
Yeah, so they reached out to me and it was actually a really good time. It was the 5th of August, it was my dad's birthday, and we just scattered his ashes. So again, I wasn't really emotional because we deal with things with humor, etc. But this message came through and it just was just such a light pick me up from it because I just did that in the morning. And then I was just like, I was so overwhelmed, not only because it's a really generous thing to do, but the fact that they did it because they had faith and trust in what my cause was doing. And it just got to me a little bit. So that was really, really nice. And because of that, we've then divided the extra basically between us all and we put that money in to buy the 150.
Oh.
So yeah, we should get that. Well, I should get that because it's a local one, so I can pick that up by the end of the week hopefully and then send them out to the rest of them. Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting. It's amazing. And how lovely that people are really championing this and supporting it because obviously there are costs involved in getting it off the ground in terms of printing and
Yeah.
postage and however it works with that logistical sense. And you know,
Yeah.
you want as much money to go to mind as possible. So without these kind of people sort of
Yeah.
sponsoring or donating, that's it's hard to do that. So every penny really does count, doesn't
Oh,
it?
absolutely. And it's a really good start into when we sell those. That's a really good number. If we wanted to do another physical batch for everyone, we've got that funds early to kind
Yeah.
of do that, which is nice. And obviously, the profit from those is going to be basically a lot more because obviously there's no cost I've had to put into kind of claim back. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So and I'm always the type to want to do things for charity. I don't mind it. I have kind of like a limit in my head, which I'm happy to pay for with certain things and mop up any little expenditures. But this one I could see going really wild if I wasn't careful.
Yeah.
So Steve kept saying to me, like, don't just think, oh, I'll pay for it, because then before you know it, like I know it's still for a good cause, but I can't be laying out all this money at
Yeah,
the
of
same
course.
time. So yeah, I did have to rein it in a bit because I just thought I'll whack it on the credit card, and I was like, no, actually, probably best not to do that.
Another logistic you've got to think of, otherwise it spirals, doesn't it? And
Yeah, absolutely. Because I want it to do it so well. Like, I want to chuck everything at it, and then sometimes I can be like over egging the pudding. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely. I can't wait to pre-order mine. I'm getting one for my home office and one for the office. And
Oh,
I'm sure the rest of the team will be buying them too as well. So
oh,
it's
bless
um,
you. Thank
such
you.
an
That's really
amazing
kind
thing
of
to
you.
do. So 1st of October, they're going on pre-order. And
Yes.
when roughly do you think they'll be sent out?
So I think it works out to about a 7 week period of pre-order, and then I want to send them out early December.
Yeah.
So just in case people, well, one, I want them to have them for obviously January,
Mhm.
and two, just in case the people might buy them as gifts. You just don't know, do you? So you might get a client that wants to buy it for their other beautician or whatever. So I want to make sure that they get that before Christmas at least. And then if there's still like a heavy lot of interest, I may then do a second pre-order to send out early January. So I don't want people to miss out, but some people may have to wait a little bit extra and get theirs in January. But so the main one is October 1st for about a 7 week period. All these details will be posted. It's all in the pipeline to be posted for everyone to see. So
Fantastic. And is it too early to reveal where we can get them from? If there's a link, I mean, we can always pop it in the comments if it's a bit early.
I've got a PayPal link, which was surprisingly easy to set up. I thought it was going to be a real big ball ache, but actually it was all right. So yeah, I can send you any details you want to add into anything. It's all going to be basically I've kept it all on Instagram. As you know, Instagram. I'm not a TikTok. I'm too old for that. So Instagram, yeah. So Instagram is, as you know, the nail industry is a very good hive of nail techs there. So I didn't do it on Facebook. So it's only going to be on Instagram. So all the information, all the links, all the pricing, all that sort of stuff will be found on there. And a lot of that should be posted over the next week or so now. So
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on seeing this project through, and we can't wait to see the poses and how people have kind of done well, have got naked as nailists, basically.
yeah,
We kind
exactly.
of
Yeah.
can't wait to see it. So
Oh, I
thank you so
know.
much, and then we're excited to see how much you raise for Mind as well, a cause that is close to so many people's hearts. So yeah, congratulations, and yeah,
Thank
very
you.
excited to see the finished result.
Oh, I'm excited, but I'm extremely nervous now.
Now, I think you've done the most nerve-wracking bit, to be honest, and that was posed.
Well, I suppose so, but it was Steve who took the picture, so it's like without being too crude, he's seen me naked, so it's not like it's not like it's that bad. But I will say one thing was funny. So obviously the pose I chose is different to some of the other pictures. But one of the other pictures, oh, so I was covering my modesty with a sign that I had in my room, and all I would say is Steve said at one point, I can see it. So I just had to move it. Oh god, I'm red now. But so yeah, so it was quite fun. The only thing is, like, I get hot really easily, and in my room, the sun in the morning comes in this little window of mine, and it was so bloody warm in here because it was when the heat was happening,
Right.
and I was getting so flustered. So as much as I'm quite, Steve has made me confident in like my naked self, air quotes. So that didn't bother me. But the heat, I was like, I'm sweating. It's gonna look all shiny. Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah,
But
no, it
also,
was
if
it
you
was
had
fun.
aircon on, you don't want to be too cold either. So,
Well, no, no, there is
you know
that.
what you should do for next year if you're posing next year? Get your Scratch Stars trophy.
Well, I did. I literally was going to, and then it didn't really cover much without. I'm not trying to. Oh, this sounds really crude now. I'm
We're
not trying to be
going,
big-headed, but
Danny. Where are we going?
it wasn't as covering as I would have liked it to have been. So
Yeah,
that was
it's a few
actually,
angles, isn't it? So, and if
yeah.
you slip, it's quite sharp at the edges, so you don't want to cause a bit of a mischief. So, yeah, I can see where you go with that. Excited to see how you did get inventive with it.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why we didn't use that in the end. But we did try it. It just didn't work.
Well, you know what? I'm even more intrigued now to see those final results. I absolutely can't wait. And yeah, there will be a big feature in Scratch Magazine for anyone watching in the October edition with some questions for each each of the participants for each of the month as well about them and why they decided to get involved. So yeah, it's been really nice getting to know the reasons behind why they have done this as well. So can't wait to share that with people.
Oh, thank you. And I do appreciate the support you've given because obviously you didn't have to do this. And like Shan with the podcast that I went on and did that for it. So I'm so appreciative when people help because they don't have to basically. It's as simple as that. So the fact that you have is amazing. So thank you so much. I
So
appreciate it.
welcome. Honestly, it's such a wonderful project and a great idea. And yeah, I only wish I was brave enough to do it. I'd have to have a couple of scratch magazines in various areas, I think. But
Well, Helena, there's always next year.
yes, yes.
So when you see the calendar, maybe that can help you
Yeah,
decide.
yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for chatting to me, Danny. And
You're
congratulations once
welcome.
again. October 1st pre-order. Get them in,
Yes.
everyone.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No worries.